All right, I'm back.
Okay, so Ruins of Al.
Oops, 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 oops. All right, back with some Final Fantasy. Continuing this main story or main scenario quest. Who's Minago? I don't remember who Minago is. Okay. All right.
出発の準備は整ったかい？それじゃあタタル、すまないが石の家のことは任せたよ。
はいです。皆さんの留守はこのタタルががっちり守ってみせます。アルフィノさん、冒険者さん、どうかお気をつけて。
What?
ヤシトラ殿から聞いたが、ついにギラバニアに向かわれるそうだな。
Yes.
ええ、エオルゼア同盟軍からの要請で現地の反帝国組織との仲介役を担うことになりました。
帝国との対決、私も参じたいところだが、すまない。我らはドマに帰らねばならぬ。
何を詫びる必要がありましょう。夕霧殿には幾度も助けられてきました。そのような恩人に責める言葉など。
かたじけない。しかし最初に助けてくれたのはアルフィノ殿と英雄殿だ。
I don't quite remember, but sure.
故郷を追われ逃れてきたドマの民を救うため、貴殿らが奔走してくれなければ我らは全滅していただろう。この体温決して忘れはしない。
Cool.
いろいろとあったものです、本当に。しかしいよいよ戻ることができるのですね。
ああ、この地に根付いた同胞たちの安全を確保せんと先延ばしにしてきたが、主のもとに馳せ参じる時が来たのだ。必ずや主と共にドマを取り戻してみせよう。
そっか、そうだよね。故郷を取り戻す帝国の手から。
Hmm.
うん。戦う場所は異なれども、我らの気持ちは一つ。洋の東西にて反撃ののろしを上げ、憎き帝国の者どもに一泡も二泡も吹かせてやろうではないか。
夕霧、豪雪、こっちも頑張るから二人も気をつけてね。アラミゴとドマが平和になったらまた会おう。約束だよ。
もちろんだ。ではごめん。
Thousand miles apart, yet united in purpose. Let's pray both our endeavors meet with success, shall we then? We shall. Wait, wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What? Now? Alright then, if you insist. What? Okay. Mm-hmm. As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Issei. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as Scion's receptionist. Start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tatari, thank you. Feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it. With that, I'll deny you no longer. Safe travels. And onward to Gir Albania. Our first stop will be at Amarasake Spire in the East Shroud. Alright. And we're back to this tower. I won't let you down, Papalmo. Papalmo had to know it would only be temporary. It may not be apparent to the naked eye. The Aether here is in turmoil. Not since the calamity has this land been subjected to forces of the magnitude unleashed by Shinryu and Omega. Okay. All are present and accounted for. When you're ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Gir Albania. Okay. Ah, the sounds of the seventh dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Yes. What? Oh. Cool.
エオルゼア同盟軍からの協力要請を受けて光の戦士と私たちはギラバニアの辺境地帯に足を踏み入れた。万神に汚染された忌まわしき地エオルゼアと帝国領土とを分け隔てる巨大防壁バエサルの頂上。この漆黒の壁を踏み越えた時から新たな物語が始まった。紅蓮の炎に照らされた戦いの物語が。
Oh, shoot. Very cool. Whoa. I'm way too high level for this. That's fine. Yeah. Whoa. This is kind of forever taking. Committed now, though. What's on it? Oh, there it goes. Alright, good. To see the colors of so many nations, Limza, Gridania, Ulda, now Ishgard, well nigh brings a tear to my eye. We have much to be proud of, Mugen. So this is the East End, not too different from the rest of the Shroud. Though truth be told, I'm not sure why I thought I would be. Or why it would be. Okay. Oops. General's in high spirits. The Alliance has done well to repurpose these Imperial facilities. Quite an atmosphere. Everyone seems to be on pins and needles. True. Oh. Alright. Let's get it. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Oriens. Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None. Save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We've had barely any contact with them. But we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. Oops. The declaration of war, even if not ill birds to make, and now we're all bound by it. Scions, stand ready to serve. What would you ask of us? Do all the heavy lifting. As stated, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as emissaries, and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave it to you. Godspeed. Ha! All the Castron, all the world. You walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? Certain missing Allagan weapon and a demonic, or draconic, primal, Omega, and Shinryu, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. And 'tis like Omega fell to the earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engage the stasis systems, assuming the command has received and executed successfully. The weapon will be of no use to them, assuming. Should hurry up and find it, regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If you want to press on into Jir Albania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Alright. Cool. Okay. Oh, man. The bridge has always held great strategic importance. The Garland's decision to transform it into a fortified installation. Needless to say, we will not be crossing there. Were Omega not a threat to us all, its effectiveness in subduing draconic foes would seem almost admirable, but such weapons are doomed to be misused. Let us pray we never have need of its services again. Do hope you're not thinking about running off to help Master Garland. It's not your duty to solve all the world's problems, you know. Alright. Let's go. As you probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Headquarters are located in a place called Ralger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here across the Volodina River. Volodina. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrol. Stick with me, and we'll be there before you know it. Very good. I will stick with you. What's this map called? It's called the Fringes. Where are the Aether Currents? That's what I want to know. All right. No, it's a Leshy. Oh. Oops. Okay. Oh, there's one. Sweet. Let's get it. What? Really? Damn it. There we go. Okay. Oh. Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. Water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. Northeast. Oh man, this thing. Should be another one. This is the bridge. Ooh. What the hell? Oh shoot, can you actually fall down there? Oh man. Don't know if that's what I want. Maybe it is. Oh no, this is an invisible wall. Didn't seem like it, but alright. Weird. Could have sworn there would have been a ether current there. Oops. Oh, wait. I see. Probably a quest that is locked behind. That could be it. Okay. Alright, fine. I might need to get them in order, too. Oh, well. At a glance, it certainly seems shallow enough. Should not linger out here in the open. And agreed. See, brother, nothing to worry about. But no one would blame you for donning your buoyancy aids. Water wings? He's not wearing water wings yet. Don't see any soldiers? Good, let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south? It's part of Castellum Volodnia. That's where the Imperials decided to call the old bridge, after they fortified it. Call it the Great Big Eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely moms away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. Alright. Yeah, east. Whoa. Whoa. Hi. Oh, how convenient. Very good. All right. We didn't run afoul of even a single patrol. What a pleasant surprise. And that there were no surprises. I don't know. Maybe they already know. Maybe they're leading us into a trap. You say did well. It's reassuring. So the reach lies beyond, but I do not see a path. Are we there yet? Oh, man. We're here. On the other side of this path is Ralger's Reach. As you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this? She doesn't see anything. Indeed, a glamour. A mirage. Good eye, Ishtola. Take it they have a talented mage in their ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained in the modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it is fools the Garleans. Oh, it fools the Garleans. Before we go in, I don't know if Tatara told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. What? With a sprinkle of demasking dust, all is laid bare. All? Oh, I see. Oh. Hey, cool. Alright. All clear, let's go. No, I haven't used the Clamor Prison before. Hopefully they're amenable to the proposal. United we stand to accomplish so much more. Impressive or no, 20 years is a long time to escape the Empire's notice. It's true. Alright. Moving on.
城塞都市アラミゴの守護神、破壊と彗星を司る海神ラールガーが舞い降りたとされる伝説の地。海神信仰の聖地ラールガーズリーチは反帝国組織アラミゴ解放軍の活動拠点と化していた。そこで私たちを待っていたのは祖国奪還のために燃える不屈の闘士たちだった。
Wow. It's my people. Oh, so you really came. I never thought I'd see you here, but I'm glad. I'm glad. I don't remember who you are. Pleasure to see you again. Whoa. Jeez. Pleasure to see you again, and Creel, and Y'shtola. Without whose help, I might not be standing here today. At least not so soon. Ordinarily, I'd shudder at the thought of armed rebels trampling about in an ancient temple. Rhalgr is the breaker of worlds, so it seems rather appropriate. Fashionating a massive, nigh imperceptible glamour encompassing the entire valley. I see now how the settlement was able to escape the watchful eyes of Imperial airships. This temple was once home to the Fist of Rhalgr, as I recall. Yes, there is no mistaking that statue. It's hard to feel at ease with that giant statue looking down on you. Whoa. Okay. Alright, Conrad. Cool place. Alright. Okay, Conrad. You'll forgive us our precautions, but we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see you now for who you are, though. The signs of the Seventh Dawn. Alright. Now, I know you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, and I'm eager to hear what it is you have to say. But let's not do this on our doorstep. Come with me. Maybe, do you want to put the glamour back up or something, or... Alright. Okay. Let's go touch that crystal. right. Hmm. Just attune to these things. Hmm. All right. Oh, okay. Oops. Let me go back to Limsa. Let me go see if I can do that quest. Um, all right. Damn it. Counter Magitech exercises. All right. Move a little bit faster with the Dancer. Oh, oops. Oh, because I have a... Oh, okay, never mind. Hello, Sophie. Oh, shoot, I can actually do this. Okay. You'll be pleased to hear that the Yellow Jackets have offered us an assignment. After taking on more than we'd bargained for with our previous clients, we're hoping this one will turn out to be relatively straightforward. We haven't heard what it entails yet, but I'll bet it's something important. A man called Frutag Yafutag has arranged to meet us in Bulwark Hall. Let's go and see what he wants. Bulwark Hall. Oh, whatever. Confessions of a Flaming Mongrel. Their uniform seems a bit billowy for my taste, but I do like the color. So these Yellow Jackets uphold the law. I imagine they have their work cut out for them around here. Alright. Thank you for coming at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I'll be brief. We want you to protect Goldwhites, who was until recently leader of the Flaming Mongrels. They were once a gang of raiders, but eventually settled in Lonensa to extort and rob their way to a position of considerable influence in the criminal underworld. That all ended when Goldwhites turned himself in. No one saw it coming, not even the other Flaming Mongrels. He's due to give his testimony in exchange for a reduced sentence. Not just about the crimes. All of the gangs he's had dealings with have ample reason to silence him before he spills his secrets. He's currently being held in the Morby dry docks. Your job is to see that he reaches Limsa in one piece. Oh, I see. Okay. You want us to be bodyguards for a criminal? I don't like the sound of that. We'd be protecting the information that's in his head, which could be used to bring countless other lawbreakers to justice. Sounds like a worthwhile cause to me. It is. And before you ask why we're hiring outsiders, it's to avoid attention. If we pull too many Yellow Jackets, the gangs will figure out what's going on. Better to give the impression it's business as usual, while using professionals like you to escort him in secret. We still need to secure the route, so I'll go on ahead and see to preparations. Come find me at the dry docks when you're ready. Alright, can do. Before we begin, we should find out more about this Goldwhites. It's important to place trust in the client. I don't want to repeat a mistake we made last time. Which I don't really remember, but actually, no, I do. There's some celebrity woman that we got ambushed on. So talk to people. Okay. Janassim. Oh yes, everybody has heard of the Flaming Mongrels. Their modus operandi is to offer loans, increase the interest to the extent their mark has no hope of ever paying it back, and then forcing that poor soul to obey their every whim. Alright. So they're loan sharks. If the rumors are true, the Flaming Mongrels are involved in most of the money lending and extortion that goes on. Goldwhites was at the center. He's finally found the decency to give himself up. I imagine his former associates would rather he kept quiet. It's a setup. No. I'm good. Wait. Am I good? Yeah, I'm good. Not at liberty to discuss an ongoing investigation. I can, however, say that many Yellow Jackets believe heartless curs like Goldwhites deserve nothing less than death. He and his rogues have left only tragedy and despair. Mercy would be a waste. Oh. You're gonna get murderous on purpose. Okay. Alright, talk to Radovan. Where are you at? Oh, you're in the alley. Right. Okay. This Goldwhites has garnered quite the reputation. It seems Futag Yafutag was telling the truth. God, what a name. Radovan. Did you hear anything useful? Stuff. Yes, it's just as Futag Yafutag said. Goldwhites certainly has a lot of enemies on both sides of the law. Radovan, it's not too late to refuse. Think about what you're doing. Dude, thinking's not this guy's forte. Trust me, I have. Now let's say no more on the matter. We have a job to do. Mm-hmm. This is gonna go swimmingly. What could possibly go wrong? What the hell is going on here? To unlock it, you must complete the Endwalker. No. Alright. I love these shanty towns. I expect he'll be in fetters, but I'll still be keeping an eye on him. If he tries to escape, I'll make him regret it. Can't let anyone get between us and Goldwhite's. If he dies, it's all for naught. All set? Good. And it's time to bring out the prisoner. Oh? Present Goldwhite's Scourge of Limsa Liminza. His life's in your hands now. Guard him well. Thank ye kindly. Thank ye kindly. Are you sure you've got the right man? Quite sure. Now listen carefully, this is important. We've scouted the road ahead and we've spotted a group of unsavory figures lying in wait. Wow. Of course. The plan is to put them down and rush past before anyone realizes what's happened. Well, that's how you'd prefer to handle it. And very well. But we'll need someone to take the lead and cut through their ambush. I choose you for that role, Mugen. Show me how far you've come as a gunbreaker. Alright. Rest of us will stay close to Goldwhite's and fend off any that try to flank us. Futag, I give you my word that we'll get him to Limsa, even if I have to carry him there. We're depending on you. Once you clear the path, we'll be right behind you. We'll regroup at Ashan's Embrace and assess the situation before moving on. Alright. Fine. Just fine. Okay. I'd go with you if I could, but my responsibility is to keep Goldwhite's alive. Goldwhite's. Okay. Alright. Let's go beat him up. Whoa. What? What? Alright. Hostile presence. All right. Oh. Kill him. Use some cooldowns. Oh hum. Cool. More? No. Pretty poor attempt at an ambush. Without the element of surprise, they're nothing. Yes, very impressive. But I'll save my thanks until we reach Limsa, if you don't mind. Bring bad news, I'm afraid. Those men weren't here to ambush you. They were only lookouts. The bulk of the enemy force lies ahead. We'll take the prisoner to a safe hiding place until those rogues have been dealt with. What? What? Why wasn't I informed sooner? We only just received the information ourselves. I'm to take the prisoner into custody while you are returned to your post until further notice. Now hold on a moment. Look, if you've got a problem, take it up with Commodore Rayner. They're his orders, not mine. Oh. Alright, you made your point. Well, that's that, I suppose. Nevertheless, I'll see what you see that you receive the full amount as agreed. It's a pleasure working with you. Wait, what? Really? That's it? Oh, that's it for him. Is that it for us, too? Something about this doesn't add up. Surely it would make more sense for Futag to go with them. Besides, our agreement was... Oh, man. We just gave him over to the rebels, or, like, whoever the hell those people are. Our agreement was to see Godwite's to Limsa. That's exactly what I intend to do. You too. Come with me. Alright. Looks like the shoe's on the other foot this time, so I can hardly refuse. Come on. Before he does something we'll regret. Heading northeast? Yes. Alright. Okay. Sophie. This is her idea of a safe hiding place? She took him inside. If my guess is correct, there's no time to waste. Nothing for it to follow him, I suppose. Bet you they're all just waiting for us. Oh. Stop this at once. Stay out of it, Sellsword. My friend's dead because of this filth. He's got no right to live. So why would you protect him? Because I gave my word. Though he may be beyond redemption, he acts not for his own sake, but for the good of others. His testimony will make Limsa a safer place. Aw, ugly duckling. Now lower your axe. Huh. Thanks to 12 you got here when you did. It didn't take us long for us to find out it was all a ruse. But by then she'd already bought enough time to carry out her plan. Lucky for us, the three of you weren't so easily duped. Of course, she's not the only yellow jacket to bear a grudge against Goldblights. But I never thought any of us would go to such lengths. A fine bloody mess this is. You're gonna take her into custody now? Well, I may have been waylaid somewhat. Our orders to escort gold whites still stand. Before we go, I want to thank you for all you've done. Truth is, I ain't got long to live. Even if I can't escape having me head lopped off, the sickness will get me sure enough. What? You could have lived out your days as one of the leading figures in the underworld, rich and powerful. What made you turn yourself in? Since before I can remember, I've been cheating and killing to put food in me belly and gill in me pocket. And I was good at it too. Worked me way to the top. Top of what? Bunch of liars, swindlers, and murderers. Aye. When I found out I only have a few moons left, I realized Limsa's the way it is because of people like me. I ain't gotta be that way. It ain't gotta be that way, though. Not if I say my piece. God, whatever, dude. Aye, before I kick the bucket, lead the way, blah. Storylines, dude. Whatever, man. I'm over it. I'm really over it. Let's just get him there. You've done right by me, okay. Not the most direct route, but we got here in the end. All that remains is for Gold Whites to give his testimony on behalf of the Yellow Jackets. I offer my thanks. You've kept your word. Now it's my turn. Fare ye well. Okay. Every city has its problems. This one, more than most, it's high time we moved on. Seeing as we've been to Alamigo, Gridania, Ul'dah, and Limsa, that leaves just Ishgard. I don't exactly thrive in cold climates, though. Just get yourself a decent overcoat and you'll be fine. Well then, let's be off. Okay. All right. Oh, nice overcoat. You got it. Why would anyone live here, even with these thick clothes? I'm frozen. Frozen. I'll admit, it's a fair bit colder than I was expecting. Not that it's anything to be concerned about. It's easy for you to say. You'll soon get used to it, I'm sure. Anyway, we're good. Seems that instead of offering work by an adventurers guild, Ishgard's Temple Knights issue lives. Though they do not appear to be any clients in need of protection, it's only a matter of time before something comes our way. Till then, be sure not to let your skills or your gunblade grow rusty. Oh, really? I didn't even get a skill? What? I thought that was the whole point. Oh, that's dumb. Just gonna go cross this one off, might as well. I'm a little bit sad that I don't unlock skills, though. Maybe I do, and I'm just not aware of it. How do I do this? Ah, here we go. Ugh. dignified visitor. Momo Zigo. He's wearing a sheepish look. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, a woman came by calling on Musosai at the inn. Judging by her appearance, she's a compatriot and a samurai. That time, I couldn't bring myself to break the news to her, but in hindsight, perhaps it's best that it came from you anyway, seeing as you were Musosai's pupil. Visitor is in front of the quicksand. You'll recognize her by her dignified air. Okay. Dignified air. Dignified air. Oh, dignified. You appear to be a samurai, and yet you're not of our land. May I ask who addresses me? Well, that you should be Master Musosai's pupil. Tell me, where might I find him? Is that the way of it? Words cannot well express my sorrow. I had the honor of being acquainted with your master in the past. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Makoto of the Sekisegumi. Ours is a peacekeeping force of Kugane, a port city in Hingashi. These are lots of places. Names of places that I don't know what the hell they are. I journeyed across the seas hoping to meet with Master Musosai, but it seems I must settle for paying my respects. Might I trouble you to show me his resting place? The Silver Bazaar, did you call it? I'm in your debt. Lead us away then. I bet she's the daughter. Something. The Silver Bazaar. Hey, Cross. Yeah. It's going. Continuing on with some story quests here. Class quests. Uh-oh. Hopefully I don't die. Okay, now we're good. There's no mistaking your blade work. Indeed, Master Musosai trained you. Forgive me for standing idle as you fought, but I had to make certain that you spoke the truth. Oh, come on. Master Musosai seldom took on pupils, you see, but any doubt I may have harbored has been utterly dispelled. Now then, let's continue on. Where are you taking me, woman? Oh, right. That's right. This is where he's buried. A beautiful ocean view. He will surely be at peace here. As you may know, Master Musosai had one other pupil before you. Ugetsu is his name. and he is wanted in Hinganshi for the murder of countless dignitaries in the Bakufu, our nation's government. Though his weren't the hands that wielded the blade, Master Musosai created the killer, and in the eyes of the law, he was deemed no less responsible. As a samurai, he was expected to commit seppuku in order to atone for the crime, but he refused. As a result, he was branded a craven in Hingashi. But naught could be further from the truth. Master Musosai fled not because he feared death. This I knew in my heart. And beholding your blade work, I know now that it was that he sought. Oh, I know now what it was that he sought to do. He wished to make amends by training a new pupil to go fight the old one. Such was the shame he felt. Death was not sufficient atonement. Nay, the only way he might know peace was to begin anew, with a worthy successor who would bring him honor. Know that Ugetsu is no common killer. He's a notorious insurgent who seeks to tear down the status quo. No few samurai sympathize with his cause, and every day more rally to his banner. For a time he remained in hiding, but our operatives report that he has recently resurfaced in Kugane. By all indications, he is poised to strike a heavy blow against the Bakufu. Okay. 'Twas for no other purpose but to petition Master Musosai's aid I journeyed here. Well, I guess it falls to me then. It was not to be. I must return alone. My thanks for showing me here. Brief though it was an honor to meet you. What? That's it? Okay. Oh, okay. And back to Momozigo. Is that a sheep? What's that? Oh, man. All right. He took her to see Musosai. Doubtless he was happy to have a visitor, and one from his homeland besides. So, the wayward pupil is up to no good again. It's certainly worrying. There isn't much outsiders like us can do. Can only hope that Makoto and her comrades will triumph over the Sugetsu. I'll let you return to your business, but pay me a visit from time to time, you hear? It's lonely without the old man around. Alright. Mugen, I have a letter for you that arrived from at the inn. It's from Makoto, the Hingan samurai who came all the way here seeking Musosai. Can't imagine what this might be about. Let's find out. Okay. We're gonna pray this letter finds you well. You received me with kindness when we first met, and I write to you in hopes of depending upon your kindness once more. Blah blah blah. Ugetsu. Upon my return, his influence had spread. Outbreaks of violence are regular, and men and women of the Seki Segumi struggle to maintain order. They're like the cops, I guess. Or like a town militia. We fight, and we're shorn. The enemy completely has our measure. We're in desperate need of aid. Please lend your katana to our cause. As Master, like I said, man, your skills would help us, of course. All right. Journey halfway across the world. I must ask, should the Bakufu fall, the realm would be plunged into chaos, and innocent people would be subjected to untold suffering. Hey, Falcon. All my being, I pray that you will answer our call. Ere long, we will meet again in Kugane. Sincerely yours, Makoto. Well, I mean, with such a finely written letter, how could I say no? I'll be fighting on the side of justice. Makoto writes, it's a lot to ask. It's my decision. I should do it. Sure, I should do it. Question, how do I get to... What the hell? Where is this place? This is a place that I haven't unlocked yet. Whoa. Anyway, alright, well, this will happen later. This is not gonna happen now. Is there anything else I can catch up on here? Oh, there's the dancer quest. Man. Dances with Duskwights. Ashmera is ready to move on to new environs. It's good to see you. You'll be pleased to hear our exhibition was a rousing success. Rana gave quite the inspired performance. It would seem the girl has indeed taken her lessons to heart. Leaves Gridania as the final stop. I meant to depart immediately. I must confess, curious developments have given me pause. Let's go to the Adder's Nest and inquire about strange happenings. Stay vigilant. Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. I am down. Sorry to say, my fears appear to have been well-founded. Gridania, too, has seen its fair share of social unrest of late. Pray explain the situation to my colleagues, good sir. You are familiar with the Duskwight? They are a clan of Elzen who eschew the shackles of urban life, instead choose to live in isolation. For the most part, both sides can choose to leave the other well enough alone. Recently, however, events have taken a troubling turn. Groups of Duskwights have been assembling for reasons unknown, holding secret gatherings on the outskirts of the forest. Whatever their aim, we can be quite certain that it is nothing good. The Twin Adder is content to let them be provided. They do us no harm. But when they turn to thieving and threatening our way of life, we cannot simply turn a blind eye. To say that tensions between Duskwights and our citizens have been rising would be an understatement. To this point, troublemakers among Duskwight have primarily acted alone. It makes the manner in which they are now plotting more concerning. Some here believe that they are sowing seeds for an violent uprising. Rabble-rousers are in the immediate vicinity. Rana, let's investigate together this time. Oh. Okay. Rana may go to the rescue. Okay. Thank you. That settles it. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, we're a battle dance troupe, though. We battle. I will be accompanying Rana and Mugen. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Let's go. South Shroud. Okay, sure. One second, I'm just gonna run to the washroom. I will be right back, and then we can go for something. Oh man. I missed the memo on this. Where to go? Oh, I see. I swear this guy's just brand new. I use the skill to block damage. you, Anch used to jump. I have 0 movement. I just run. Or Death Knight. Best we are. What are you talking about? Oh, I see. those guys are really fast. I mean, I went to the glamour dresser and I couldn't pull it off. So, I don't know. These things are kicking my butt. characters do. And like.
The night was cold and bitter, he was looking for an inn, when the devil shined before him, showing off an awful grin. The demon spake you frozen, and he nodded to the beast. A feast was small, the dark one said, can make you laugh a feast.
Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Grab yourself a bottle of wine and drink it with delight. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Let me table you with on yourself another pint.
Well, the young man said, don't bother, soon I'll find an inn, because your home and castle is built on wicked sin. The devil looked offended as the offer was denied, but still he opened up the door, inviting him inside.
Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Grab yourself a bottle of wine and drink it with delight. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Let me table you and on yourself another pint.
Preaching, I can make you whole, and all I ask of you, good sir, is your immortal soul. The dark one asked, are you not tempted? He said, not the least. For little did the devil know the man talking was a priest.
Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Grab yourself a bottle of wine and drink it with delight. Come within these walls of mine before the frosty bite. Let me table you and on yourself another pint.
These two? Is that what this is all about? Oh shit. Whoa. That sucks, man. Oh, he's invulnerable. I never want to do that again. He really doesn't care about me. Wonder what that's about. Oh. Whoa, okay. Infirmity. They can't do anything to you. Unless I'm doing something horribly wrong, I really don't know. Fried chicken. I'm hungry. That was dumb. This place is dumb. I don't want to come back here. Did you know? Yeah. That was weird. I'm back. Yeah, I joined the team. I joined Team Chicken. Oh, is it too late? No. All right. Yeah. Actually, I kind of regret queuing as a tank, but... Oh well. Hopefully there's no off-tank duty. Oh, okay. Alright, well, good. Oh, whatever, man. Alright. I get it. Ah. All right. Ah. Oh no, did we not hit the machine in time? I remember being stuck on that before. That was dumb. Forward. This is easy. Oh man. Oh, don't you dare fall off. No, fuck me. Okay, good. Oh wait, no, the rails are still on. Never mind. Can't fall off yet. Whoa. Oh, sweet. Oh, that might have been too early, maybe? I don't know. No, never mind. Cool. Oh boy. cool. Yeah, seriously. What's the name of the main scenario quest you're on right now? I just want to look it up and see where I am in relation to it. A dash of green, okay. Um, let's see. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for the party. Thanks for coming. That's games and Lady Streaming Falcon and Streaming Falcon. Yeah. I think this. I see where it is on the list here. I'm almost there. I'm just gonna catch up, and I think. Then I will stop, basically. But first I'm gonna get out of this chicken suit. Alright. Actually, let's put that in. Okay. Right. Promise of a new beginning. When we first met back in the Shroud, I took you for just another adventurer. By Ralger, I still can't believe how far you've come. I don't remember you. Oh well. We plan operations here when we're not entertaining important guests like yourselves. Okay, Conrad. Conrad Kemp.
コンラッド殿、よろしくお願いします。我々は暁の血盟に属す者たち。今日は一つの提案をするためにやってまいりました。ですが、その前にまずは礼をさせてください。パパリモやイダ、いや、リセが危機に陥った時に 救いの手を差し伸べてくださったことを感謝しています。
何、お互い様じゃよ。二人には以前から何度も力を貸してもらっておる。リセについての複雑な事情も聞いておるが、気遣いは無用じゃ。
ごめんね、騙すみたいなことをして。
I guess they also knew.
反帝国活動を続けておれば、偽名を使うものなど珍しくもないしのう。それよりもパパリモ殿のことは惜しいことをしたものじゃ。
うん。でもパパリモのためにもアラミゴを奪還してエオルゼアから帝国を追い出さないといけないって思うんだ。イルベルドが起こしたような悲劇はもう絶対に繰り返しちゃダメだから、私たち自身の手でアラミゴを奪還しなくちゃ。
そうじゃな。わしらの部隊からも鉄仮面の言葉に従って出て行ったまま帰らなかった者たちが大勢出てしもうた。彼らが万神召喚のための贄とされたのだとメナンを通じて暁からの報告を受け取った時には、必ずや帝国の支配を打ち砕かねばならんの。
ええ、
Sure.
その通りです。我々暁がここに来た理由も、アラミゴ解放に向けた動きをさらに前進させるための提案を届けるため。エオルゼア同盟軍はあなた方アラミゴ解放軍との共闘関係の構築を望んでいます。私たちはその仲介役としてやってきたのです。
お、詳しく聞かせてもらえるかな。
Explanations happen.
なるほど。提案はようわかった。強大なガレマール帝国を前に戦力的に劣るわしらとしては、エオルゼア同盟軍の参戦は願ってもないこと。
When you put it like that, though.
じゃが、ここで返答をする前に、主だった仲間たちと話し合ってから結論を出したいと思う。
もちろんです。
All right. To be honest, I already know I want us to work together, but we've still got to talk it over with everyone. We'll need to call the other senior members together before we can make a decision. So the Gridanians are finally willing to fight, eh? Can't imagine that they would refuse, but if they did, so they would have us wait. Polito and I weren't entirely honest. They worked with them. Okay. It's not as though we have to stand here indefinitely. Oh. Wait. Oh. Okay. So, it would seem we find ourselves with a surfeit of free time. Ah, forgive me. You are free to look around Rogger's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so. It'll give you a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe we will just do that, or do just that. Make more most of this opportunity and assess the resistance's capabilities. Feel free to poke our noses wheresoever. I like the the sounds of that. Okay. Okay. For real? Alright. Show me around. Haven for the bold, okay. Alright. Bet you think the resistance is mostly made up of Alamegan Highlanders. The truth is that we don't even account for half. We've got Hellsguard from all the way over by the spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. Even some Beastmen, well, Beast women, I suppose. Like that one over there. She's an Ananta. They've been with us for a while now. Which one? Who? What? One of the smaller factions has, the rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different from the Garleans to them. Keep to themselves. They make jewelry. They use magics. Most people don't know they exist. It's enough, though. Let's take a closer look at the statue of Ralger. Alright. Pretty awe-inspiring, isn't it? The Breaker of Worlds who guided our ancestors to these lands all those centuries ago. Ida used to tell me the story on stormy nights. She wanted me to understand, to remember. The end of the 5th Austral era, when the waters rose higher and higher, people all across Eurasia beseeched the heavens for a sign, and lo, a burning star appeared in the eastern sky and led the way to these mountains of Girabania. They who were saved by his grace pledged to honor and revere him, to devote themselves to great works, without and within. Storm of blood approaches fast, hells open, heavens weep, where no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. That last part was inscribed on the stone by a monk of the Fist of Ralger. Ida explained it to me. A day will come, bringing strife and sorrow, that none may escape. Waste not these precious hours, but in quiet preparation, make strong the body and mind. Don't know if that storm of blood is finally upon us, but if it is, I have to believe that everything we've been through, everything that led us to this point, will see us through in the end. Ah, sorry, that was a bit melodramatic. Let's keep moving. Off to the infirmary. Okay. Okay. Oh, hey. I guess these are the tribal men. I don't know, pretty suspicious. Really? the hell? Oh my goodness. I am a big whale. Jeez. Oh man. This is the infirmary, as you can probably tell. Here's where the resistance healers patch up the wounded and tend to the sick. No matter how carefully we planned our operations, casualties were inevitable. It's a sad thing to think about, but it's important to remember the cost, as Conrad would say. We should go now. I'll show the Aetheryte Plaza next. I've already seen it. I don't need you to show me it. Damn it. Yeah. Seen one Aetheryte, you've seen them all. This one's older design. May look different, works just as well. Don't forget to attune. Yes, 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 yes. And... ah. There they are. Hardly surprising. Where there's war, there's profit to be had. Ah, excellent. They've no shortage of settlers. Should we have need of their services? Okay. Arms, armor, potions, you name it. These folks have got it. Resistance would be in a bad way without brave merchants to keep it provisioned. If you're short on anything, or you need something repaired, these are the people to speak to. Alphino and Alice are here. Why don't we see how they're getting on? Sure. If you need to buy anything, that might be a good time. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Do we need to come here? Heaven's Eye. Oh, I'm capped. Okay, yeah. I want determination. Oh, wait. Am I capped on that too? No, I'm not. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. Cool. Alright. Come to take the measure of a friendly neighborhood merchants. They're bold bought. That much is plain. If the Imperials found out they were peddling their wares to resistance, they would be lucky to escape their lives. 'Tis a gamble. I admire their courage. Their motives could hardly be said to be altruistic. Aha. Here you are. I've been looking all over for you. Finished discussing your proposal, and we are ready to receive you all back at the tent. I've sent someone to fetch your Stola and Krill, so if you'd like to follow me. Okay. Let's do it. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Matters such as these demand due deliberation. We begin once the others arrive.
No. ようやく話がまとまったところじゃ。結論から伝えるが、わしらは同盟軍からの提案を受け入れ、共闘関係を結ぶことに決めたよ。じゃが、一つ条件がある。
ありがとうございます。それで条件というのは？
助力を申し出てくれているというに、条件などというのは心苦しい限りなのじゃが、まず知っておいてもらいたいのは、アラミゴ解放軍という組織の性質についてじゃ。ご存知の通り、解放軍は単一の組織ではなくても、実態は小さな組織の寄り合い所帯に過ぎず、今回の提案を受け入れるのはこの拠点に集う者たち、つまりわしの指揮下にある者たちのみとなる。もちろんわしらと協力関係にある他の部隊にも根回しはさせてもらうがの、全体が集うとは限らないこと、あらかじめ承知してもらいたいのじゃ。
なるほど。事情は理解しました。ひとまずはコンラッド殿に従う部隊が共闘に応じるという形で同盟軍には伝えましょう。
助かるよ。恥ずかしい話じゃが、わしらの部隊にしても鉄仮面の企てに参加するため出て行った者が多くてな。目下組織を立て直すべく奔走しているところなのじゃ。なるべく早く同盟軍との共同作戦を成立させるだけの体制を整えたいとは思っておるが。
じゃあさ、その体制作り、私たちにも協力させてくれないかな。本当の意味で仲間になるためにも大事なことだと思うんだ。
願ってもないことじゃ。志を同じくする者の協力をどうして拒むことができよう。わしからもお願いさせてもらいたい。
Okay.
それなら私とヤシトラの2人で野戦病院の方を手伝うことにしましょう。助けが必要なように見えたから。
では私は一度頂上を越えて戻り、暁に参加している者たちを中心としてアラミゴ解放に参加する意志を持つ義勇兵を集めてこよ
う。And what of me? Oh.
私たちはどうしようか。
厚かましいが、お主らに頼みたいことがある。
Okay.
メナーゴとメフリッドに与えた任務について手を貸してもらいたいのじゃ。
Menago, Mefrido.
わかった。でき きることなら全力でやるよ。
Now that we've dealt with the formalities, we can get to work. Glad you're with us, friend. Pinch me, it's finally happening. Right then, Manago and Mefrido are to be our keepers. Knowing not of what they require, one task is as good as the other. Make your choice, Mugen. Okay. Oh, there's an Aether Compass. Interesting. Collection in the duty section. What the hell? Collection. Aether Compass. Interesting. Whoa. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you and the Silence for patching me up after I bled all over your floor. I owe you my life, and I won't forget that. Furthermore, it was rude of me to run off without saying a word. It's all well and good, me claiming my duties here couldn't wait, but a parting thank you was the very least you deserved. My apologies. Thank you. Now to business. Commander Kemp, trust me with a formal reply to be hand-delivered to the Alliance leadership. It covers everything we discussed, as well as detailing the disposition of forces. I need an escort, 1 or 2 men at most, so we can make it to the wall swiftly and without attracting undue attention. Very well, I shall join you on this. General Alden commands the forces at Castor Morians. Should be simple enough to see it into his hands. Great. When you're ready to depart, meet me in the pass. Okay. Alright. No, I don't remember who he is. I don't. The risk of repeating myself is hard. It's still hard for me to believe that we'd meet again. I reckon you probably don't remember me. I don't. Well, you see. No. It was a lifetime ago. There's no need to apologize. But know that down in Quarry Mill, we didn't forget about you, nor the lives you saved. As for me, I went to Little Alamigo while Galleon was recovering. Gundobald was my former commander and an old friend. I had a lot on my mind. In the end, I decided to disband our unit. I told the men to live their lives as they saw fit. Some chose to remain in Little Alamigo, others went to Ul'dah. You can see I came back to Gur Albania and joined Conrad and the others. Conrad. I've been busy, carrying people and provisions. It's not been easy, but it's been fulfilling. Today, however, we'll be heading east into the peaks. Conrad thinks we might have luck finding new recruits in the village of Alagana. Alagana. Okay. If you're going there, you're taking me with you. Ah, that's right. You're from Alagana. We'd welcome the company. More to just asking around. Make your preparations. Meet me by the tunnel. Okay. All right. Here we go. This tunnel will take us all the way to the peaks. We're on a mission for Conrad to Alagana. Clear the barricade, if you would. Aye, sir. Shouldn't take more than a moment. There's more villages there than out here, but also more Imperials keeping a close eye on things. We need to tread carefully. Okay.
帝国と戦う同志を募るため、私たちはギラバニア山岳地帯へと向かった。荒々しい山並みが続くこの土地で、私たちは目撃することになる。
Whoa.
帝国による厳しい統治の現実を、そして屈辱を受け入れながらも日々を生きる人たちの姿を。
There's not much to use your pitchforks on. Doesn't look like. Oh man. Alright. This wasn't the work of the Garleans, but of Theodoric. His army massacred the monks here decades ago. By the time the Black Wolf arrived, with his legion, it was already a ruin. We've a glamour in place here too, as you may have noticed. So far as the Imperials are concerned, there's not more than a testament to the savage impulses of a lesser race. That's impressive. Remember though, once we leave this ruins, we have no glamours to conceal us. The villages to the east. Keep watch for patrols. Alright. Um... 613 Yalms to the southeast. Ah, whatever, I can do that later. Continue. Gods, look at the tower to the southeast. How long did it take them to build it? Arian Imperial in sight. That's a mercy. I don't know, it's kind of suspicious. Alagana's due east. Past that bridge, follow me. Not much further. Whoa. Oh. Oh. See. Eh. Couldn't have been older than 5 when we left this place. My memories are hazy at best. You can rest easy. We made it. This is Alagana. Feels strange coming home like this. I always imagined it would be. Has nothing to do with why we're here. We need recruits. Aye, we do. Let's head back at the Reach. It's a little more complicated than just asking for volunteers. As you know, we're short-handed because many of our people were taken in by Griffin's promises. And went to the wall, never to return. Wasn't just them, though. Folks from all over, including some of my former comrades, answered his call to arms. As for why we came to this particular village, it's rumored that Alagana lost a few youths as well. If there's truth to that, then there could be others sympathetic to the cause. Then again, after the Griffin's betrayal, there may be suspicions of outsiders claiming allegiance to the resistance, and rightfully so. On that in mind, how are we supposed to convince them to join? I mean, I knew it wouldn't be as simple as giving a speech. Not if you didn't want the place to be burnt to the ground. No, you might as well piss in the Viceroy's eye. We'll need to be a good deal more circumspect. You never know when an Imperial spy is listening, right? Must speak with the Elder first. I know for a fact he can be trusted. We'll listen to what he has to say and decide what to do after. Sounds like a plan. Let's hope there are still some brave men and women here willing to fight. Alright. Ragenfried, the village elder, is over by the shore. No time like the present. Let's have a word. Very cool. Angry Coral. Okay. Hello, Ragenfried. Don't know you, traveler. You're a merchant? You'll not find much custom here. Greetings and well met, Elder. And sincerest apologies that I did not send word ahead of our arrival. Too long have I been away from Alagana, and I would know of your recent troubles. Ah, you are comrades of Mefrid. I see, I see. Speak on, though I suspect I know your purpose. The Griffin came with many men and left with many more. Such is the rumor. Is it true? He lit a fire in their hearts, and then dangled a dream before their tired eyes. And now you come to steal away what few remain. The Griffin was a traitor and a madman, and we had no part in his schemes. We have made an agreement with the Alliance. This time it will be different. This time? could comfort to the dead and the ones they left behind. Cold comfort. How much more must we give before you've had your fill? But surely you hate the Empire as much as we do? They took our lands, our traditions, even our god. And they demand a fifth of what little we've got left. I hate the bastards, with every fiber of my being. But hate's not enough, Mefford. We can't keep doing this. I'll not tell anyone you came, but you need to go, now. Leave us be, and never return. You've got no right to speak to us like that. I think he has every right. I've got a quarry that was producing barely enough to keep us fed. And that was before half our young men and women went off to die in your bloody cause. So yes, I've got every right to tell you to leave my village. Got you there. Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. No, you don't, because it's my village, my home. What in the hells are you on about? Wait, I know those eyes. You're one of Curtis's girls. Lise Hext. And I'm here. I'm here to take back my homeland. By Rogger, the last time I saw you, you were... I don't even know if you were still alive. I never thought you would come. I almost didn't. And my sister never will. Lots of others won't either. And that's why we've got to carry on the fight. You even sound like him. As you say, I have no right to tell you to leave. Alagana is as much your home as it is mine. Okay. I say to you again, we can give no more. I heard you the first time. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Do what you will. You'll find no recruits here. Alright. Alright, man. Alright. I'm gonna call it there. It's 11. I gotta go. So hey, thanks everybody for watching. I'll be back later with some more games. Maybe some more FF. Different FFs. Till then, have a good night. We'll see you later.